The United States government spent $7 trillion last year, and nearly $1 trillion of it, that's $962 billion, went to paying interest on money the government already spent. Not schools, not roads, not hospitals, just interest like a minimum payment on a credit card that never gets paid off. Here's how every dollar of your federal taxes actually gets spent. 23 cents goes to Social Security, 25 cents goes to healthcare, that's Medicare and Medicaid combined, 13 cents goes to national defense, 14 cents goes to interest on the national debt, and, just 2 cents, just 2 pennies, goes to education. Those 5 categories eat up 77 cents of every dollar. Everything else, NASA, roads, bridges, the FBI, national parks, food safety, disaster relief, science, courts, all of it shares the leftover 23 cents. Social Security costs $1.35 trillion a year and pays 67 million Americans an average of $1,907 per month, but the Social Security Trust Fund is projected to be completely insolvent by 2032. That's just 6 years from now. When it runs out, benefits get automatically cut by 23%, unless Congress fixes it. And honestly, based on their track record, how confident are you feeling? A full quarter of every tax dollar goes to healthcare. That's $1.65 trillion per year. And the United States spends more on healthcare per person than any country on earth. Roughly $13,000 per person compared to $8,000 in Switzerland and $5,000 in the UK. But Americans have a lower life expectancy than citizens in 46 other countries. More money, worse results. That is the data. The United States spends about $900 billion on defense. That's actually more than the next 10 countries combined. Yeah, that includes China, Russia, India, Saudi Arabia, the United Kingdom, Germany, France, Japan, South Korea, and Australia. All added together still don't match US military spending, and well, the Pentagon just requested an additional $200 billion for the war in Iran. For context, the entire federal education budget is $68 billion. The extra war money alone is 3 times larger than everything the government spends on educating American children. Here is the one that should scare you. $962 billion, that's 14 cents of every dollar, goes to interest payments on the national debt. For the first time in American history, annual interest payments have exceeded $1 trillion. This money buys absolutely nothing. No roads, no schools, no hospitals. It is the bill for money already spent by politicians who are no longer in office passed down to you. The national debt just crossed $39 trillion in March 2026, and it is growing every single second. And now, the 2 cents. The federal government contributes roughly $68 billion to education. Its share of K through 12 funding is just 12.7%. Meanwhile, Germany offers free university. France offers free university. Norway offers free university. Denmark literally pays students a monthly stipend to attend college. Finland consistently ranks in the top 5 for education and spends less per student than America. The United States ranks 38th in math globally. 38th. Let's make this personal. The median American household earns about $80,000 and pays roughly $13,000 in federal income tax. Out of your $13,000, about $3,000 goes to Social Security. $3,250 goes to health care. $1,690 goes to the military. $1,820 goes to paying interest on debt you didn't create. And $260 goes to education. $260. That's less than most families pay for their monthly cell phone bill. Every single number in this video comes from the Congressional Budget Office, the US Treasury, and USAFacts.org. These are not opinions, these are receipts. So here's what I want to know. Drop it in the comments. If you controlled the budget, what's the first thing you would change? Would you cut defense? Raise taxes? Reform Social Security? Refuse to pay the debt interest? Or is there something else entirely? Because $7 trillion is your money. And honestly, you deserve to know where it goes.